All right, folks, it's August 23rd, 2023, and I wanted to give my initial reaction to, first off, the Republican debates and also Tucker and Trump doing their little segment at the same time that this Republican debate was airing. Now, I know a lot of folks say, stick to crypto, bro, don't touch on politics, but I want to save my country and I want to provide an opportunity for our children, so this does matter to me. Now, full disclosure, didn't watch the Republican debates, and I only watched about 75% of the Trump-Tucker deal. So with that context, I'm going to give my comments on something I didn't even watch because I don't need to watch the whole thing to kind of already know what took place. Reading Twitter, I got the full breakdown. And I want to kind of just let my audience know where I stand as an American, as someone who is watching the show, enjoying the show, but making sure that I continue to take action and prepare my business, my family, and my community for what we're going through, no matter who gets elected president, right? I'm not waiting for any of these guys or gals to save me. So with that being said, and I do want to mention that you can go join our Discord community where we talk about these actions and preparations and not just stacking silver, but investing in every single asset, growing our businesses, and making sure that we're ready to take our family through all of the chaos that they have planned. For the next year and a half in this country, it's going to be exciting. But as you can see on the world stage, it's accelerating. The situations taking place today with Prigozhin getting taken down over there in Russia, and just many situations unfolding. We have the BRICS summit taking place as well. Bringing it back home to America, though, we see some guys stepping up on stage there to run our country who are definitely qualified as far as being politicians. The only one up there on stage that doesn't really have any political experience is Vivek, who was the most well-spoken. Sounds to me like he presented himself the best and did win the debate. But with that being said, we've had many of these guys. Good talk, great ideas, very smooth, very likable. President Obama was a great example of that, right? Had great ideas. As far as actually implementing some of the programs and the plans, it's just not practical. It doesn't work. And many of them didn't work out as intended, right? Now, other than that, though, it seems like the Republicans on the stage there are kind of just going through the motions. To me, I feel like this whole thing is like they have to do this. They have to have that show going on for whatever reason, because we want to act like there's going to be a choice other than Donald Trump for the Republicans. There's just no chance that Mr. Trump doesn't walk in and take this whole thing. Now, obviously, we're getting ready for a massive fourth indictment and arrest going to be taking place in Georgia tomorrow is what we're expecting. So Trump airing this with Tucker, and, it was nice to see the conversation. I heard Trump, say that these charges are BS, and to hear him swear, he doesn't really swear too much anymore publicly. But I could feel it, and I could feel the conversation with him and Tucker was just so candid. It was refreshing to hear. And I really enjoy, Tucker was good at Fox, but here with his little own show on Twitter, it's really nice. It's really refreshing. And I think that that's why so many people are, watching it, enjoying it. I just checked about 30 minutes ago at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I had 80 million votes, or 80 million views, I should say. Biden got the 81 million votes, right? 80 million views on the Tucker-Trump interview so far, and so it's doing really incredibly well. It's a testament to mainstream media dying and to the conversation, moving on over to where we can have this type of candid conversation, which is what the people want so desperately. I understand why Trump didn't show up. Makes sense to me. There's really no reason. I see why it does look weak. It's not perfect, right? And I will say the one thing that I still just don't like about what Trump is saying is all the name calling is a turnoff for a lot of people, myself included. But once again, Trump keeps things at a very simple level. He's speaking to the people, and this is why so many people relate to him. Now, for the sophisticated folks, right? He's an idiot. He's the big bad orange man. He offends me. He's stupid. Well, in all reality and practicality, when we're speaking to the American people and the average person, I'm not calling America dumb, but I'm calling us dumb, right? I call myself a doofus moron, right? And for most people, we need it broken down to that level. It's like when I'm talking to Quincy and the developers on these blockchains and all the tech conversations that are not my forte, right? And I ask them, please dumb it down. You have to understand, for most American people, right, you have to keep things at a very simple level. It's not necessarily, dumbing it down. It's not that all of Americans are dumb. It's just he keeps it at a simple level and Americans can relate. That's our society today, is the name calling, the back and forth, and he's not going to fix that. I'm not going to fix that tomorrow. It's not how I prefer to speak. It's not how I prefer to debate. Speaking down on my opponents and just calling them names. I like to explain why I think that their policies are wrong, or why I don't stand for these programs, or if we are going to talk about, take it personal, right? I like to be short and sweet to the point on what that person has done, why there's a blemish on their record. And in the politics, it's gotten too much into the personal attacks, but it's a reaction to where we're at as a society. So I get that. But as far as my initial reaction to Trump, like I said, I listened to 75% of the deal. He's spot on. He was right. He's being vindicated. It's only going to get better for him. And like Tucker asked him, are they going to try to kill you? Right? They tried to discredit you. They tried to do this. They're trying to arrest you, lock you away forever. And if that doesn't work, are they going to try to take you out next? And I think that Trump understands what's at stake here, and that, but I think that he's well insulated, well prepared. But with that being said, I just, my main thesis that I've been running with for the last 2.5 years since the 2020 election was he's going to be back, and there will be nothing that can stop him from coming back unless they take him out, or unless we don't have a 2024 election gets postponed or something crazy happens, which I don't rule anything out. As we, are approaching another election cycle, we get another wave coming through of the. I gotta watch my words, and I gotta be very careful as I talk about these issues. But we're getting ready, and they unleashed Pandora's box in 2020, and here we are again. And who knows what they have in store for us? But my main thesis for the last 2.5 years is that he'll be back. There's nothing that will stop that, other than the world ending, right? And, that's just been reaffirmed by tonight. He's spot on. I don't know if it was the lighting, but his hair did seem a little bit more gray. I don't know if he's going a little bit more gray now, or if that was just the lighting right on top of his head. I know, I have bad lighting right now when I get too much sun and everything. I get it. I get bad lighting. But I don't know if Trump's going a little bit more gray. Maybe he is, but he's still sharp as ever. And on the age thing, I think that it's, I actually saw Neil Hartner, senior software developer from Ripple, who, was more central leaning. He's not really a Republican or a full on lefty loony, but even he mentioned, 16 of the 20 oldest senators, I believe, are Democrats. And he said, it seems like the Democrat strategy right now is to just outlive the Republicans. And I thought that was an interesting thing to note. There's 16 of the 20 oldest senators are Democrats. But with that being said, I don't think that we necessarily need to have an age limit. Trump's old. He's old as hell, but he's still sharp as ever, right? He's still very, very clear. His presentation's smooth. And I don't think, I know many folks that are 70, 80 years old that are still suited to serve, right? Now, as far as Biden falling asleep, and every day we're waiting for him to fall, right? As Trump was commenting on tonight, the grass at the White House is only 2 inches tall. It's not too tall, but yet Biden's struggling to make it through there. I don't think that we necessarily need to have the age deal as a law, but we got to look at these folks, and it's just very clear to me. Some of them still sharp as can be, some of them way past their prime. As far as where Trump's at, He's 100% dialed in. He's being proven right about everything. He's being vindicated, and his poll numbers are only growing the more that they push. And so that's why I think that the only thing that can stop him from coming back in 2024 would be some crazy events, which grab your popcorn, folks, enjoy the show, and make sure that you're prepped out. And so, like I, put out a video here today explaining why I'm buying more silver this week, not just because the BRICS summit's taking place. It's because the situations at hand are scary. We don't know what they have planned for us next. Our prayers and thoughts go out to everyone who's been affected by the most recent events, weather warfare, you name it. I don't have to go into it. But with that being said, right, no matter who gets selected, who gets elected, however you want to call it, they're not coming to save you. Trump's not coming to save you. He has a plan. He's going to push that through. Some are big fans of that. I do think that what he did was good. I think that what he's going to do in the future is going to be finishing off the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. And I say that not to, just because Trump's my savior. I say that because if he gets back in and he can cut taxes and cut regulation like he did before, once again, it opens up, and this is our game. Our model is set to do better during chaos, which is what we have right now. But then when you take away the burdens that have been put on entrepreneur and capitalists, just over the last 2.5 years of having to deal with the whole world shutting down and then firing it back up, and you get a little PPP money to stay alive, but now the Fed has rug pulled our economy, and inflation's not going away. Most businesses have run out of that extra stimulus money, and now they're starting to get the credit crunches squeezing folks out, and so this is a situation where nobody's coming to save you. But if you are prepared and you're able to ride out this storm, and he does come back, if all the stars align and Mr. Trump comes back and he can finish what he started, we're going to make a lot of money. But with that being said, we make a lot of money regardless, right? It's just, as an American, I will come on and say, well, I'm gonna cut it off at that. I think I've said enough. I should probably stick to crypto, bro. But like I said, I'm an American, and I wear it on my sleeve. That I care about this country. I am emotionally invested in providing opportunity for not only my children, but our children's children. And I think that this experiment that we've had here in the United States is an incredible thing. It's been one of the best things that's happened to humanity, and we can do a lot better. And we're falling off. We've fallen far from what was intended to happen here. And so it's time to save it. It's time to bring it back. And it's time to make it better than it's ever been before. I don't dare say make it great again. I appreciate all of you guys. I hope you're enjoying the show with me. Like I said, just head on over to my website if you're looking to get in touch with me. If you're looking to pick up your precious metals, we got links for exchanges, wallets. If you're looking to secure the bag, we can help you get it all done, and we can get you tapped in with our community. Our community had another fantastic hangout call, midday hangout call hosted by our friend Brenda. Huge shout out to Brenda for hosting these weekly hangout calls that we've been having in the Discord group. And if you're looking for that community of like-minded individuals, that's where it's at. And I was thankful to be able to tune in and listen to our community today. If you're looking to join us, it's all over my website, zachrector.com. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap up this one. I'll see you in the next one. God bless all of you. Thank you so much.